This is logical Mgtow. Now, obviously, that I have noticed many of those who claim that they're not part of the feminism actions and movements and the Me Too movement, and yet logically I know they are, or else they wouldn't bring him up. The one thing is that you women cannot say that you are not part of a movement when you truly are. I know the basic ploy is to pull guys into the plantation by admitting that, by trying to say that you're not part of the plantation. I'm part of the the feminist movement, essentially. You women are the cause why men have gone their own way with Mgtow. You women, with your indecisiveness and indecisions, being, of course, that women with the indecision of, like, they can't really decide if they should be with one guy or the other or the next. That's why they keep on going from one guy, staying with him a certain length of time, building up his trust in her. Then, right when he's not around, then she goes over to the next guy, and then eventually goes back over to the for the guy that built up trust in her, and expects him to forgive her for cheating on him. And yet, many blue pill idiots, like the one that keeps on attacking me with my so-called pronunciation. Obviously, he's a blue pill. Um, he wants to look good and smart when he's really a complete jackass. Because I commented something on a feminist, a young feminist video page, essentially. Guess what? Us men need to realize women are the evil doers. We men were known as evil doers in the 1980s. We men were also known as evil doers in the beginning of the 1990s. But from the late 80s to the early to mid and late 90s, to start with, women started trying to pay us back by cheating on us. Even on those guys that would not cheat on them. And yet they thought, oh, if one guy will do it, every guy will cheat on him, right? Well, ladies, your indecisiveness is blocking your logic. Your indecision is blocking your logic. Your indecision and indecisiveness is blocking your logic and reality's radar, as it were. The basic fact is that there are guys that will, because it was done to them by you women, and there are guys that won't, even if it was done to them by you women. There's one aspect to it. One will get an STD. One will get HIV. Of the males, that is, to start with. But yet, even if they do get it, they don't check to see if they got it. And even if they did check to see if they got it, they still fuck around at times. And that puts you women at risk, doesn't it? Women, you are not invincible. HIV, STDs, and many other sexual transmitted diseases do not pick and choose. They don't care who they hit. The fucking diseases don't give a damn if you eat like a vegan. They don't give a damn if you eat like a fucking meat or carnivore, essentially. They don't care if you eat like the dinosaurs of the dinosaur age. of the prehistoric ages, essentially. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter if you eat healthy one week and eat not that healthy, where it's high cholesterol and fatty fucking foods the next. Or if you mix them in that same 1 week, you'll still get it. You want sexual freedom? That's the way to get it. Women, you don't realize that, do you? It's because your indecision and your indecisiveness is blocking your true reality radar. Your indecision and indecisiveness and many other illogical things that you've done to us men is why we have gone Mgtow. And many women want to know, even the one with the avocado and the banana reference, wants to know where are there all the good men? It's women like her, possibly, that she probably did the same fucking bullshit by being with one woman, or with one man, essentially, and yet she builds up enough trust to where she can pretty much feel free to do anything she wants to, even if it meant being with around another guy and end up getting fucked by him, even while she's supposedly faithful to the one that built up trust in her. I know the reason why, one of many reasons why, women use produce as a reference when it comes to the alpha male and the beta male. The basic fact is that we men could use cell phones as the alpha female, and something like this as a beta. Or something even way worse than that, like, say something like this. But we are too intelligent for that crap. At least I am, anyway. Everybody has their own types of intelligence, but ladies, again, your indecisiveness and your indecision is the reason why you cannot find any good guys. Once you've decided to be with one, and as I've said in my other videos, that you want to get what you want at a certain point in time on your timeline, and instead of being realistic about it, you jump over to the next. And if you don't get it then, you'll jump over the next. And if you don't get it then, you'll jump over the next. And then eventually go right back to the same person again and expect him to fucking forgive your sorry bitchy female feminist ass for cheating on his ass. Even after the fact that he fucking built up trust in you. And you want us men to fucking go back to the plantation? No fucking way. There are blue pill simps that might fall in for that. But I'm not one of them. Mr. Hate Vicious and I and myself are gonna stay strong. Mgtow. Mr. Hate Vicious and myself, and I believe also James Vaughn, Mgtow Hamster, and also Undead Chronic, and also the Mike the Mgtow Monk. We're gonna stay strong. I don't know about the other ones, but we are going to stay strong. We are going to stay strong in Mgtow. We are not going to be tractor beamed into your base of lying to us, BSing us, trying to play manipulative mind games with us, trying to have it to where we build up trust in you again, and you fucking screw us over again, even in the court system. I haven't been screwed over in the court system, and I was only married one time. She didn't screw me. She didn't do anything negative to me, but we had the differences kind of changed a bit. Happens. But the one thing is, while we were married, she never did anything wrong that consists of what you feminist bitches would do and have done even before the current feminist movement and Me Too movement. And many of you feminist little bitches, even the young ones, think, if you believe in equality for both male and female, you're a feminist. What you young ones and millennials don't get is that you can believe in equality for both sides, both male and female, and you don't have to be labeled a feminist. And it doesn't make you an automatic feminist. And if you believe in that logic, then something is wrong with your logic in general. If you really want to call that logic, it's not. Because I, as an advocate, I also advocate on outside of Mgtow, but I have brought up Mgtow many times on a certain number of my videos of CRPHA. But the one thing is, I do support one feminist movement which made a lot more sense than the current one. You want to know what that is, huh? If you were to look it up, the ERA was a 1970s feminist movement. Those women took time out of their busy days and busy lives to form up, march, even in Washington, D.C., all across the country, practically, and march and protest for women's rights, equality, the whole enchilada, right? And they didn't bash men. They didn't do what the current feminist movement is doing when it comes to men, and they didn't go to the points of illogical, irrational, non-realistic shit like this feminist movement is doing, and the Me Too movement is doing, even at current. That, among many other reasons why I support the ERA. Not because I was born in the 1970s, but the basic fact is I looked into it, even in a comparison. And I don't like comparing things. But this one had to be compared between the three. And the three being the ERA, the current feminist movement of the millennium, and the Me Too movement, again, of the millennium. The logical aspect of the whole thing was the ERA was the most logical one. They didn't start doing what this feminist movement is doing. In fact, this feminist movement and the Me Too movement keeps on changing their fucking values and views and shit like that. Even when it comes to the male gender, and yet these young feminist idiot little bitches want to make videos and say that we are feminists if we believe in equality for all both genders. That's a load of shit. Or the fact that or any other negative bullshit thing, a made up crap that they want to come up with, saying you're a feminist. If you believe in this, not the other thing, or whatever the hell else, you're a feminist. You know what, young feminist little skanks? You and many other feminist women of Me Too movement followers and believers even of the current feminist movement, as well as the Me Too movement, you wanna keep on throwing the judgment card around, you'll go straight to fucking hell. You won't see the pearly gates of heaven. You will never see the pearly gates of heaven. You will never walk through them. You will never see the angels with horns, and the horns and trumpet shit. You won't see any of that. You won't see any bright sunlights and clouds and Heavenly Father and our Savior waiting for you to stand by them side by side. Instead, you'll see demons, hardlicks, actual horn type creatures. Ones that fly and bite your ass off a lot worse than Dracula. You'll be even on occasion thrown in the pit but coming right back up. In the fiery pit but come right back up. As one of his new minions. Of Satan's new minions. While us men will go straight up to heaven. Even Mr. Hate Vicious will be forgiven. And he will be going straight up to heaven. Guaranteed. Undead Chronic will straight up be forgiven and go up to heaven. Every Mgtow brother that doesn't deal with any illogical crap from you illogical, feminist, indecisive, indecision type women. The basic fact is that we're not asking you to be like Wally and the Beeves' mother and father. Although that wouldn't be too bad because the basic fact is that you could work as long as you don't screw us up. You want sexual freedom? If you're with a guy, you cannot go, oh, I'm going to be with him and marry him and still be able to go to every guy. Doesn't work that way. Because if you did that, then the guy can do the same shit, can't he? Just because there's a feminist movement does not block the male from doing what the woman thinks that she can do when it comes to sexual freedom. Thereby, guess what? Guess what that leads to, ladies? It will lead to women living shorter lives than men, one. And the base of the human race will be more than extremely shortened. And if any children come into the world, they will have various types of deformities and diseases because of your illogical crap, women. You don't see that, do you? Because you still consider yourself young, and only a certain number of you are. The rest of you are aging. Your clock is ticking even louder. You're about to hit the damn wall. And remember, the wall is victorious. You will not break through it at all. You're not invincible in any way, shape, or form, even in the aspect of disease or anything else for that matter. Yes, I know we have had a number of members hide out. But it's because of the situation that they've had with YouTube. The basic fact is there's one particular feminist there that doesn't like it when us men speak our minds, especially when it comes to the truth about feminism and the Me Too movement. And as an advocate, I side with the Constitution, and if the feminist CEO or president of the YouTube keeps on doing this by kicking off even Mgtow members for speaking their minds and standing up for what they believe in, the base of the Constitution will be shown. It will be shown that the CEO or president they're going against the Constitution of the base of freedom of speech and the rights to say and the rights of men to say whatever the fuck they want to say, even when it comes to the damn truth of many different things. And that in itself can make that woman, that feminist woman, if she's still with YouTube, that is, go straight into the depths of hell when her time is up on this planet. For going against men by trying to stop them from speaking their minds and standing up for what they believe in, which is basically what the Constitution of the United States is all about to start with. Is one of many what it's all about and stand strong with. I, as an advocate, will stand by the Constitution of this country and the American flag known as Old Glory, more than 100%. I have even before I became an advocate, and I will continue doing so. I will stand up for every human right of freedom of speech, including for those in Mgtow. Anybody goes against and tries to block the freedom of speech aspect, I can easily get you demoted or taken out of your position of whatever company you're a part of trying to block our freedom of speech and truth and speaking the truths and what we stand for and believe. And yes, I know we have many blue pills out there that still mock us, Mgtow, because they don't want to understand it. They refuse to understand it. And what they want to do is kiss their feminist ass because they think they do that just like Yogi Oats, the Mgtow simp, the Mgtow blue pill simp has done many times, even against Undead Chronic for no logical reason. He thinks that by trying to tear down the Mgtow members, he's going to get some pussy by a feminist. But yet, if he does, guess what though? If he goes any further than that, Yogi Oabs will find out he'll get taken for everything he has, if he has anything at all, in the court system. And he'll have to more than eat his words for every time he went against us, Mgtow. He's not invincible to that either. No woman is invincible to anything that's negative, as much as you want to think. You women are not invincible to aging, of getting older. You women are not invincible of getting any types of diseases, even sexually transmitted diseases, when it comes to you wanting sexual freedom. But again, I'm going to say this. I may have said this before, but if women get to the points of going from dick and riding the cock carousel, essentially going from guy to guy to guy to guy, then guess what? You're the cause for the humanity going to the points of oblivion. You're the cause for, if a child is born out of you, that the child will have certain complications or diseases. You're the cause for it, not us men. Your indecision, ladies, as I said earlier, and your indecisiveness, ladies, is really totally blocking your logical, realistic radar of what is logical and what is not, what is realistic and what is not. what is factual and what is not. And what is also fucking blocking your logical radar and your realistic radar is the feminist and Me Too movement. And your constant bashing of men. Your constant cheating on men. Your constant treating men like they're not human beings, like they're only ATM machines just so you can get to the male's resources. That's as if that's all we're good for. Yet you want to act like you feminists want to act like you're all for men, you love men and all this other shit. You don't love men. No woman who even doesn't claim to be a feminist when she really is a feminist and a Me Too movement little slut. And no woman who even claims to be a feminist and tries to define feminism when she has no fucking logical clue of what it really is. And it's no equality for men, I can guarantee you that. I can more than guarantee you that. So you women don't know the shit of what you're talking about. Your indecisiveness and your indecision is blocking your logical radar, especially when it comes to your train of thought. And a certain number of you don't know how to fucking pronounce things right when it comes to vocalizing. Do not ever, ever go against the Mgtow members, and do not even try to tear down Mgtow. We will not be tractor beamed into the plantation because we know how you women are and think, and your true actions are on and about. Thereby, you're gonna be continuously wondering where all the good men are. And yet, when the blue pill men out there like Yo-Yo abs, Yo-Yos essentially, realizes what you women are truly about. Hopefully, he may even end up apologizing to us Mgtow and want to be part of the thing. And yet, Yogi Oats considers him a Mgtow member. Mm-mm. Yogi Oats doesn't know shit of what a true Mgtow is even about. A true Mgtow member doesn't tear down his fellow member brothers. I don't tear down my fellow member brothers Mgtow. I've never done that. Never will. Even when I'm out in the real world, I stand 100%, more than 100% Mgtow. And yet, if a woman were to ask me, "Are you part of this group, Mgtow?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And if she asks me why, I'll tell her straight up. I'm not gonna fucking hide it. And if she tries to say proclaim that she's not a feminist and all those shit, I'm like, whatever. And I'll walk away. And if she goes, "Why'd you walk away?" And I'm like, well, I know you're a load of shit. I'll be like, seriously, I'll tell the woman straight out, you're a load of shit. You are a feminist. And women only want men for the resources, and they want men to go back to the plantation. They want men to deal with women's indecisive indecision. The women want men to basically be purple or blue pill 100% essentially, and be taken by them in the court system. And I ain't about that. And then I said, if you accept that, fine. If you don't, I don't give a damn. But the basic fact is, I ain't gonna fucking give in to no woman. I'm not gonna bow down to a woman. I would tell her that as well. And if she says, well, and she said, if the woman were to say, well, I'm not gonna bow down to a man, I'm like, who said you had to? And I would tell her the same thing. The only, and I do mean the only one that made a lot more sense than the current feminist movement, and a lot more sense than the current Me Too movement. The only feminist movement that made sense was the one in the 1970s. And she goes, okay, which one was that? The ERA. And I'll tell her straight out, the ERA marched and protested for women's rights, equality, and independence, to where a woman can live on her own and fucking pay her own bills and shit like that, and where she doesn't always have to have the man pay for her shit. But the base, and guess what though, ladies, that's one thing you always try to get the guy to do. You let him, once you even let him back into your place. He offers to buy you lunch out of the kindness of his heart. Then you use that as a repeated occurrence. You never, ever go towards even going what's known as Dutch, where he pays his for him and you pay for you. I've done that one time with one woman. She was a coworker of mine over at Target in Cupertino on Stevens Creek. The basic fact is also, ladies, is that you women think that you can't find a spot in society to comfortably fit in, yet you want to blame us men for it? You want to blame us men for your indecisions? You want to blame us men for your indecisions? You want to blame us men for your indecisiveness? You want to blame us men for all the shit that society's put you through and that you've gone through, especially emotionally? There's no logic in that. And it's not the male's fault now, is it? It's not the male's fault that you essentially made it to where men are now Mgtow. And more men are becoming Mgtow even now. We're getting bigger and stronger. And that will continue. Because of your indecisiveness and your indecision, ladies. And I've mentioned that same indecisiveness and indecision, especially when it comes to which guy should I be with in this relationship, and which one should I be true to? Even if he is a what Mgtow calls a blue pill simp, and essentially buys you dinner, buys you gifts, right? You still you still try to drain his ass out until he has practically nothing else to give. Mostly when it comes to this, because that's all you care about is this. You don't really care about what's within the person, and that's what really matters the most. What's in the person, how they feel about you. But you can't find it within yourself to do to show the same thing. But what you can do and have done, ladies, is done the opposite sinful thing. And a number of you so-called female feminist churchgoers have done the same shit. Yet you think you're going to be forgiven every time you do it. You're not. If you think I'm a load of shit on that, hey, guess what? Your soul will find out eventually, won't it? Your inner conscience will find that out as well. The more you think that you're going to be forgiven every fucking chance you fucking think you can do by sinning, you're going to find out. And when you find out, you're going to fucking wish that you listened to every word I've said, and every word that every Mgtow member and brother of mine have said and has said. You're going to wish that you would listen to logic, reality, fact, and many other things. You need to realize this, ladies, before it's too late. And the way you're going, it will be too late. The way you have gone, especially with the current feminist and Me Too movement, it is becoming way more than too late. It is said, ladies, that you will become infertile, being that you will not be able to bear any child anymore. The more you go the way you are with this feminist movement and the Me Too movement and trying to bash us guys and trying to take us for everything that we have as if we're not human and trying to say that we are human, that you think that we are human when you don't truly believe that within yourself. And you trying to say that you love us guys and all this other so-called positive phony baloney bullshit that you put on videos. The basic fact is, ladies, you are not being completely straightforward and honest, as much as you may think, or try to claim, essentially, or even proclaim for that matter. You women need psychological help. You women really don't need a feminist movement to believe in equality for both sides. You don't need a feminist movement for all that positive crap that the so-called feminist movement believes in. But the feminist movement is making it hard for you to find a guy, even to keep one for that matter. The feminist and Me Too movement is making it harder for you women to even be in a long-standing, long life relationship and marriage with a man. But of course, so is the court system by you being so-called bored too quickly and illogically of the man that you married. And you think you can find something better every fucking time. That goes to points of your indecision and indecisiveness right there as well. It's blocking your train of thought, your logical train of thought, and your radar that I mentioned earlier. You can blame us men all you want, but guess what? The only true person to blame is the woman. The women who think, oh, we shouldn't be blamed. We never do anything wrong. Then you're not human, are you? If you don't do anything wrong, when you have, many times even to the men that you've been with, by cheating on them and whatnot, and doing them wrong in other ways, without even expecting them to forgive you, and even when you do expect them to forgive you, and that is a wrong thing. So basically, that would consider you being a human being right there, wouldn't it? Now, you'd be a sinful, illogical human being, but nonetheless a human being, right? That's one thing you don't get it, do you? The indecision and indecisiveness is blocking your radar. The indecisiveness is blocking your radar of logic, truth, and fact, and reality. So is the feminist movement and the Me Too movement. The feminist movement, the Me Too movement, your indecision and indecisiveness is blocking your radar of reality, logic, and many other positive things. That's the fact of you women. Like it or not, it's the truth, and I will not shy away or even turn away from the truth. not even as an advocate. I will always speak the truth, whether you like it or not. Whether you like to hear it or not, because when I say it's the truth, when it comes to women, that when women don't want to hear the damn truth, and yes, to one feminist movement, little slut that has the big fucking honkers, Orient, if she's fucking Hispanic, whatnot, you think that you're gonna pull in guys just by showing your boobs on camera and trying to say that's the way society looks at women when it comes to being catty and many other things. That's illogical. Especially, you think you're gonna make a difference by doing that? You're not. So even the one that the Prim Reaper feminist little slut, and many of you idiot little bitches that claim to be about equality and for men and about men, all this other shit, when you're really not. The basic fact is, I, being a Mgtow member for quite some time now, actually, I know the female and male psyche. So this is why I'm saying all this. And I know the male and female psyche well enough to know exactly what I'm saying is an actuality. Like it or not. Even I don't care. I don't care if there's any blue pill men out there that don't agree with it. And I don't care if Yogi Oats tries to talk me and tear me down like he tried to do with Undead Chronic and many other my other Mgtow brothers. And the red, being of course the red pill definers, still brothers nonetheless. Yogi Oats doesn't know Yogi Oabs or Yogi Oats doesn't know shit about Mgtow. He doesn't know shit about anything that he flaps his mouth about. Even if he wants to spit out another piece of juicy fruit, or Trident or whatever the fuck else that he chooses, like even Dentine, and tries to act like all alpha male when he has no intelligence to be an alpha male. And by the way, Yogi Oabs, Yogi Oats, you might as well join the Me Too movement, because for some time they've been looking for a male, and you seem to fit the fucking Kit Kat bar on that one. So now Yogi Oats or Yogi Oabs can be seen as a Me Too movement kiss ass as well as a feminist kiss ass, and also a member. Yogi Oabs, Yogi Oats could also be seen as a member of the Me Too movement and the feminist movement, because he has no logical knowledge about Mgtow at all. He may try to claim that he does, but he doesn't. And many of you other blue pill simps may think you know Mgtow, even as you try to demean us, Mgtow members especially. You don't know shit. You don't know the female and male psyche like I do. And there's only so many people I would teach. And I'd say in Mr. Hate Vicious's way, he knows it pretty well. So I'm siding with Mr. Hate Vicious. I'm supporting Mr. Hate Vicious, Mgtow brother. I support and I back with Undead Chronic, Mike the Mgtow Monk, and James Vaughn Maxwell Hamster, the Mgtow Hamster. And I support also the the other ones I haven't seen in a while. being Hercules, of course, one of many of the others. Anyway. On a side note, though, those who are hiding out of the Mgtow brothers, I ask that you do not hide out. Because as an advocate, I will always, and even as a Mgtow brother, I will always back you up more than 100%. So come out of hiding. As I said, it's making the feminist movement look as if they won the battle when really they haven't. And yes, it's been a while for me to do a video before this one, of course. But I have a lot of other things to take care of too, besides the base of advocating. So, you ladies have something to think about of what I said. And thereby, do not expect us Mgtow to go back to the plantation, because we ain't going to. And also to Alec Fleming, who it's hard to say exactly right now if he's really Mgtow or not, but Alec Fleming, I noticed that you said there was a lot of hate and all this other stuff, and when it came to the Mgtow movement and the videos you may have seen, whatnot, right? I can tell you this straight out. With the constant indecision and the constant brainless vocalizations from even the millennial women of the feminist and Me Too movement, including the ones that are not millennial women, they think that they can fucking say that we are, as I said earlier, that we are uh, feminist if we believe in equal rights for both sides, for both genders, and all this other bullshit, and trying to say that they're not feminists and all this stuff and all this other stuff, right? When they truly are feminists, and they can lie through their teeth all they want, but they'll end up going to the pits of hell. But the basic fact is, Alec Fleming, we are doing what we know in Mgtow to make it more than clear, because obviously the other videos that we've done that weren't really so heavy, obviously it's not getting through to the feminist little bitches and the Me Too little bitches, the Me Too movement little bitches either, essentially. So, Alec Fleming, as an advocate, I will support you if you don't want to be part of Mgtow. But also, you mentioned about giving in to negativity of sorts, right? And of course, after that, you took the video down, but or it was taken down for you, one of the two. Alec Fleming, never give in to the negative. Yes, we all have different sorts of negativity happen to us and done to us, even as we get older, as we grow up, essentially. The basic fact is that when we get older, even when our parents got older, especially, they were being taught by an older generation. That older generation only so what they were taught. The older generation thereby had it to where the generation after them, being their children, being your parents at this point, would teach something along the same lines, but not totally in that direct or indirect way. But the one thing is that the way I've worked it, I've dealt with the same thing in my lifetime. Okay, but the basic fact is that I've learned to do something to where I'd be able to go around that. And I've gone around it in such a way that that it's helped me more than exponentially. Alec Fleming, I'm serious. And if you want to know more, let me know on Logical Mgtow Facebook or the Logical Psychiatry on my Facebook page. And I will be more than happy to help you out. The women who to the women who are still feminist, even the Prim Reaper feminist little bitch. If you want to talk with me and say why and ask me why I said what I said, be my guest. But the basic fact is, I'm not going to be coerced. I'm not going to be pulled into the plantation. I'm not going to go into your feminist mind, thought, or ideology. I'm not going to go into that crap, and I will still 100% stand for Mgtow through the whole entire base. Guaranteed. More than guaranteed, actually. This is Logical Mgtow Spock. Live long and prosper. Mgtow brothers. Live long and prosper, Mgtow brothers and red pill definers. And have a good day.